Go live, and you should get a good. Also, Martha is a wonderful person, and we are live on YouTube. Go ahead and shut this off. Turn this back on. Make sure we're sharing the right thing. And we are. And we are going to get started. It's good to have everybody here with us this evening. 2018, can you believe it? It is really, really, really hard to believe that it is 2018. And 2018 has kicked off in a powerful way, and I hope yours has done the same. But welcome to our Wednesday night training. We are starting year 30, 40, 50, year 6. This will be year 6. So glad that everyone's here, and we hope that you make this 2018 a very, very, very powerful year for yourself. Real quick, just welcome to our Wednesday night training presented by the AppWizard Studio team, and we are absolutely thrilled that you are here, and always a pleasure. 6 years. I was sitting here thinking about that today, and started 6 years of doing this training. And I don't know, I've watched a lot of companies come and go and do a lot of things. I've never been with a company that trained for 6 years. And so that says a lot about the AppWizard Studio family. Real quick, if you have not joined our AppWizard Studio Facebook group, if you are a member of the AppWizard Studio team, a part of the family, go to facebook.com/groups/AWS Mastermind. A lot of great things happen there. I say it every week. Man, it's a very powerful place to go. As a matter of fact, our training tonight is going to come from a post by Michael Cahill in the AppWizard Studio group. I don't know how many of you read his post, but he posts a lot of great articles and so forth. So I watch all of the stuff he posts because it's relevant. And I don't have to look it up. So what a great life. Somebody else actually looks up the stuff and has the systems in place to share the information with you that you don't have to do yourself. And that's greatly appreciated that he does that. Real quick, if you've not joined our YouTube channel, this is our YouTube channel. Some of you may not have seen the new YouTube channel. You have the option of setting up different color schemes, and this is their new color scheme. I thought it really looked good with the header and everything. So that's our new color scheme. But there is our YouTube channel. I just sent it to you. Subscribe to that YouTube channel, because if you're not here on Wednesday nights, you can always join the YouTube channel and be a part of the YouTube channel and watch the broadcast on the YouTube channel. So become a part of that. Be a part of the entire process. A quick disclaimer, AppWizard Studio nor I, Kerry Miller, cannot guarantee just because you are watching training, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, has different work ethics and different desires. It is 2018. I wrote a check today and put 2017 on it, and I will probably still be doing that in June. What are you going to do this year to grow your business? What is your intent this year? What plans have you made? I was just listening, and I think Don Lager was on and probably heard my YouTube video playing on my phone before the training. And I was listening to I always listen to some type of motivation, something before training starts. And this happened to pop up on my phone, and I opened it up and listened to it. And the girl I was listening to was talking about New Year's resolutions. 93% of the people that make New Year's resolutions and goals for the new year never achieve them. Only 7% actually achieve the goals that they set. And 30% break their New Year's resolutions within the first week. And that's just mind-boggling to me. I can pretty much tell you what Kerry's going to be doing in July of 2018. So, if you made goals last year and you did not achieve them, if you made goals last January, or actually you should have done it in November, December, and you made those goals and you didn't achieve them, you have no one to blame but yourself. You have no one to blame. You can't blame your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriends or your dogs or your cats or anybody else. You can only blame yourself if you didn't achieve your goals. Why? Because you didn't stick to it. You did not put a plan in place, and you did not ride that train, and you did not make sure you got to the station and you got off that train and the success was yours. Nobody else can you believe. And I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand or say, but how many of you did achieve your goals? How many of you reached your goals that you set last year? If you did it, you need to start today, and you need to start achieving. Most importantly, you need to start believing. Most of us quit because of all the noise, okay? The noise around us, the naysayers, the Debbie Downers, the Dudley's can't do's. You know, those people around us and everyone else that keeps directing you in the wrong direction. Let me give you a New Year's resolution right now. Tune them out. If they are not giving you good advice, if they are not putting you in the direction you need to go, if you're not achieving the things you need to achieve in life and you're achieving what everybody else wants you to achieve, tune them out. They're holding you back. You will go broke. They don't care. Make a new plan. Make new friends. Tell them that you love them, but it's time to shut them off, because I'm telling you, nothing will change your direction in 2018 more than people who say you can't, you won't, and you never will. Or every time you have a thought process in your brain and you write it down, they say, what is that for? Number one, it's none of their business. Number two, it's your thought process, so stay on track with it. Number three, make it happen. Period. You can't sit around on your butt all day twiddling your thumbs and expect things to happen. I'm going to tell you two stories right now about this very thing. Two people pretty much on the same track. And one story was yesterday and one story was today when my phone rang. And when I got the call yesterday, he said, Kerry, remember 2 years ago, the tow truck driver that I met at the General Dollar? And as soon as he said that, I remembered the story just like it was 15 minutes ago. He tried to sell the guy something and he didn't want it. He didn't know anything about it. He was blown away by it. He said, I don't use technology. I don't use this. Yesterday, this tow truck driver who knew where this person lived went to his home, knocked on his door, and said, hey, my business is failing. I don't know what's wrong. I've got to find out the direction I need to go. I need your help. He said, I cannot get you out of my brain from talking to me in the parking lot of a Dollar General store. Now, you've heard me say for 5 years, if you don't get out and talk to people, your business is never going to grow. It's never going to grow. This happened 2 years ago. And so this person started looking and realized that every single thing that was on the internet, and this was definitely the place people would look if they needed a tow truck driver, every single place that was on the internet had the wrong phone number on it. Google had it. The Yellow Pages had the wrong number. There was no right number to his tow truck anywhere. Now, if you're broke down on the side of the road, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up your phone and you're going to search for tow truck driver. And if you're searching in Google, it's going to show you, because it knows right where you're at based on the triangulation of the cell towers. And if you got GPS turned on, it's definitely going to know where you're at. And it's going to tell you the tow truck drivers in the area. But guess what's happening? This poor tow truck driver who 2 years ago didn't want to talk to this guy because he was getting on his nerves because he didn't like technology, needs him now. Needs him now. Okay? So this person started looking, started putting two and two together, and shit, this is an easy fix. We need to get him a mobile business card design so that he can share with people, so other people in the area can share it with those people. We need to SEO the business card so it pops up on that first page of Google there. And when you're in the area, you make sure you put the right information in there and you SEO those pages, put you a nice about us in there so you can get some good SEO on that, so that when people are looking for that tow truck driver, they have a phone number and a button. Not only that, he's going to get his Google Places in line, and he's going to put all that stuff together with the right information. Do you know how many people are out there that are like that you're not talking to every single day? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. You are walking over business by not opening your mouth and by not talking to them. Other person called me, very excited. He actually has two companies. He's got his app business and he's got another company. And we talk all the time. I love the guy, great guy, and high type A. I mean, he can talk faster than anybody I know and probably say more in 5 minutes than anybody I've ever talked to. And he hates the other business. He cringes when he has to go do it, but it brings in a nice income. But that's not what he wants to do. And we talked the other day and I said, okay, this is what I would do if I was you, if I did not like doing something. Obviously, and this is to everybody, you cannot throw away a guaranteed income if you have nothing else coming in. Okay? You cannot do that. When I walked away from a $275,000 corporate job, I didn't walk away and not having something else coming in. I already had my roofing company started. Now I went from 275,000 to mid fives, but that's okay. I still had money coming in. Okay. My wife worked. She had a great job. So we weren't going to go hungry. We weren't going to go poor, and we weren't going to lose everything we had, but we knew that we had to bust our butt and we had to work. Okay. So while I was still at that J.O.B. that I did not like, I didn't want to go in every day. They could have offered me $500,000 and I would have still not liked the job. And I still walked away from it. And it was the best move I ever made because it has me where I am today. But you have to make a decision in your life and quit listening to everyone around you that says you shouldn't do that. You can't do that. You can't walk away. You can't make it happen. Turn them off. He called me today, so excited. We talked yesterday or day before. I said, look, man, make you a schedule. Work the job that you hate 3 days a week and work the job that you love 2 days a week until the incomes meet in the middle somewhere and you can walk away from the job that you don't like. And he did that. Did 3 or 4 deals today. Why? Because he was excited. He was excited and he quit listening to everybody around him that was saying, oh, you better not give up that other income. You better not walk away from that other income. That's real important to you. You better bust your butt 5 days a week with that because that's what's paying the bills. But you know what? If you're doing something you love and you turn them off and you go out and you're happy and you're excited, guess what you're going to do? You're going to pass that on to the other people, right? People are going to listen to you. They see the excitement in your face. They know what's happening in your life and they know that you've got a good product. Did he close 100% of them? No. But guess what he did? He went out and talked to 10 people and got 5 deals. He closed 50%. And these were all recurring deals. 2 of them are real estate companies that he said, hey, I need 5 referrals from each one of you that want to advertise on the bottom of your app that is in the same niche in the same arena as your real estate company. You know, people that if they need a mortgage company or they need insurance or they need this. And so he's double dipping there. So he's fixing to walk out and get 10 more deals for both of those apps and put an ad on the bottom of them. And he also told me this. He said, you know, Kerry, he said, sometimes, man, I get so confused. He said, because AppWizard has so many cool things. He said, every week you bring out something cool and it just spins my head. Some days you just don't need to listen to me. Come in and as my brother from up north says, where he's fixing to get blasted with the cold, my brother BK. Okay. He says all the time, man, gleaned some golden nuggets tonight. You don't have to listen to everything I say. Get the stuff out that you need that is in direct concordance with what you want to do. If you're out selling mobile business cards, then take the nuggets and wrap it around that and go out and do that. Okay. When I get into those special niche items like that, like a new item, which we will this year, I'm going to teach those things because not everybody wants to sell a mobile business card. Some people want to sell something else. So I'm going to continue to teach those things, but you have to know even when to turn me off so that it doesn't confuse you and put you in a different place. Okay. Always come to training because we're always going to talk about things that do not pertain to a particular item in the platform. Like tonight, we're not going to go into the platform at all. I'm going to show you how to increase your business tonight. Okay. But you've got to quit listening to people. You got to get excited like he did and realize that you've got a real product that people need, that people want, and you got to go out and start talking to people. You cannot sit around your house twiddling your thumbs. That doesn't make sales. It will never make sales. I don't care how good you are. You cannot sit in your house and make sales. We have a show and tell, show and sell product that you have to talk to people about. And if you don't talk to them, guess what? You're not going to make any sales. 2 years later, this man comes to this guy's house, knocked on the door. I need your help. I've been thinking about you for 2 years. The business is out there. Quit allowing people to take you in the wrong direction. Pull your head up. Be proud. As they used to tell us, hold your chest high. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the products you have. And quit clouding the waters and go out and make it happen. How many times have you looked back at the things you wanted to do and realized if you had done it, how successful you would have been? You know what? I've had people hold me back so many times. So many times. And I had enough of it. People don't hold me back anymore. You know what? Nobody is going to dictate my income. Nobody will ever dictate my income except me. I'll tell myself when I'm making more than I really should. And if I'm making too much, I'll give it away. But nobody's going to tell me how much money I can make. I'm going to make as much as I possibly can. I'm going to spend it like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to help those that need help. And nobody ever again is going to dictate to me. I stopped listening to the negativity. I don't even pick up the phone if I think there's something negative on the other end. To those who had dreams or at least the courage to change course, you need to do that because my life changed financially forever when I started paying attention to me. Now, some of you may say, well, Kerry, that's kind of selfish. No, it's not selfish at all because I can't do the things to help other people that I need to do if I don't have the money to do that. If I don't have the income to help the kids at Christmas that don't have Christmas, then if I don't have the income, if I didn't bust my butt during the year to make sure that I can help take care of some of those kids, guess what? I'm not doing them any good. It's about me when it's my decisions, but it's about everybody else when it comes to what I did. Don't ever, ever forget that. Get on your course, have the courage to sustain and move every single day. Don't let anybody in 2018 change what you want to do, who you are, or where you want to go. Ever do that. Tonight, I'm going to launch 2018 with an article from HubSpot. I talked about this 2 weeks ago, okay? It was a great article. It talks about keeping content in front of your customers. And I'm going to talk to you how to use the tools. Okay, I'm going to talk about tools. We're not going to go on the platform. I'm going to talk about tools. Ken, if you're still on. I'm not going to talk about tools, okay? I'm going to talk about tools, but I'm not going to show you a bunch of tools tonight. But I'm going to share with you some of the things we've been talking about over the past years. You have to stay in front of your customers. And with technology today, there are a million ways to do that. Facebook Messenger. I can promise you, I can look down this list right here, and there is a half a dozen people that I talked to on Facebook Messenger today. A half a dozen. There's more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. There's 13 people on here. Somebody else needs to message me because I don't like the number 13. There's 13 people on this call right now that I've talked to on Messenger today. 13. Facebook Messenger, a very, very, very powerful tool. If it's not in your toolbox, you need to put it in there. It's free. And everybody's on Facebook. It's a great way. I had another half a dozen people. Hey, Jacques, how you doing, buddy? I had another half a dozen people that talked to me on text messaging. I had probably 20 plus talk to me off of my website today. So you have to put the tools out there to stay in contact with people. If you don't have them, you're going to lose them. They have to know that you're there. I know this is going to sound crazy and it probably sounds creepy, but I sleep with my phone. I literally sleep with my phone next to me on a pillow. It's got its own little pillow. Why? Because sometimes people aren't in the same time zone I am. And if I go to bed early, like 10, 11, or 12 o'clock, and it's 9 o'clock on the East Coast, or I mean on the West Coast, or maybe 5 o'clock in Hawaii, and somebody messages me, I don't want to miss that. I leave my information, data, technology, messenger equipment on 24/7 because I'm in the center of the United States. I don't want to miss those people. Some of you may say, Kenny just said I'm number 14, but I already sent you a message today, buddy. You know, you got to stay. That was good. I like that. He just sent me a message on Messenger. But you think about that. You have got to stay in front of these clients, and you have the tools and the technology to do it. But here's the problem. You're not. You're not. Because if you would be, you wouldn't have missed your goals this past year. If you were reaching out to people like you're supposed to, you wouldn't have missed your goals last year. I was on Messenger last night till 1:30 this morning. Till 1:30 this morning, talking to people, lining up some stuff, making some things happen. You see, when you're in business for yourself, your hours are whatever your hours have to be in order to be successful. Because you're going to come to a time in your life, and trust me, you can ask several people on here. Ask Kenny Dutton. He knows me probably better than anybody on here. I used to be a 24/7 kind of guy. I don't work the weekends anymore. I answer messages because I've got my phone with me. I don't work the weekends anymore. I stopped. I quit working about noonish on Friday, if I work on Fridays at all. Why? Because I've got myself in a position where I can do that. And I never want to go back to that 24/7 lifestyle, but I can tell you there's going to come a time in your life, if you really want to, are serious about building a business, you have to do what you have to do to get it there. Do not sacrifice your family. Do not sacrifice your loved ones. Do not sacrifice those that you care about, but explain to them, honey, I have got to make this happen for you. And they'll understand. They'll understand. But if you forget to do that, then things go to hell really quick. So make sure you do that. Let me go over here real quick. I'm going to go to this article in HubSpot. And I know I just shut everybody off because I still have not figured out. We got a great cat crowd tonight. Man, welcome, 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 everybody. Let me do this screen here real quick so I can bring that up. We're going to actually be on a website. And I'm sharing this because I know most of you didn't read it, even though I talked about it 2 weeks ago. Let me make sure everybody can see the HubSpot article. There's some people jumping up and down or something like that on a picture. Refer a friend or whatever. Let me go back to the top. Let me pull up the chat box. Everybody can see the HubSpot article? Everybody see that? Somebody say yes, and I will roll on. No? Nobody can see the HubSpot article? Thank you. Thank you. Is there a lag in my conversation this evening? Is everybody getting me as I say it pretty much? All right, let's talk about this. How to help your sales team close deals with content. Every single one of you are experts in your field. Thank you, Eric. Every single one of you are experts in your field, okay? You need to get you a blog post going. You need to get you a little website going, and I'm not talking about your AppWizard website. Yes, you need your AppWizard website because that talks about your product. I'm talking about your consultation company, your marketing company, whatever you deem yourself as, you need a website. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I will post 3 videos. I'll do that, or maybe I think Kenny's got them. Maybe he can post them while we're on here. the website for these 3 videos. Now, of course, the guy's selling something, but you don't need to watch them. But it's 15 minutes worth of videos to tell you how to set up a simple website that gets the information out there that you need. And with that, you need to set up a little blog post, and you need to do little blog videos every day and put 1,000 words on there and share what your product is. Share product knowledge, share the latest technology. I mean, go to another blog post and post somebody else's blog post on your blog post. Okay. Get the information out there. That's very, very important. Content is still king. Whether you believe it or not, content is still king. All right. Without question. So you have to keep content in front of people. And I'm going to read this to you, but we're going to expound on it as we go through. You can see up here that if you would have already read it, it says this is a 7-minute read. So with that said, start reading more. Start studying more, start learning more in 2018. As marketers, we spend a lot of time planning, writing, and experimenting with content, scratching your butt, sitting in the house, doing nothing to grow our audience and get prospects into our sales reps' pipelines. But that doesn't mean well-crafted content stops playing a role when we had those prospects over to sales. Did you know that reps spend about 15% of their day leaving voicemails? And only 20% of all sales emails are ever opened. How many of you use MailChimp, AWeber, or GetResponse? This is an actual question that I'd like you to respond to. How many of you use AWeber, MailChimp, or GetResponse, or some type of autoresponder program where you can go out and send emails at will to your clients? Got some I do nots, I don't. I haven't. I will. So get response. Not yet. Let me recommend real quick. MailChimp, and MailChimp is actually a part of our program, and all of you know that when we put the API in, because it is phenomenal. MailChimp in the last 2 months has absolutely soared head and shoulders above what everybody else does. Not only that, with MailChimp, you can post your email right into Facebook and Twitter, into your Facebook pages and into your Twitter accounts. And you should be sharing those informational things with your potential clients. If nothing else, when you walk out of a place, the secretary sitting behind a desk needs to be on your text list so that you can text out links to the latest articles and those kind of things, okay? And everybody in that office is going to have an email address. So what you need to do is you need to go to that office About Us page or Contact Us page, and you need to start sending them emails. You need to start sending them emails. It's business to business. You can go right in MailChimp and send out business to business emails, okay? All you have to do is put their email into a list and hit a button, and you can update your people out there. Did you know that reps spend about 15% of their day leaving voicemails? You know, I leave voicemails, or most of the time I just hang up, but I do leave voicemails. This means 80 to 85% of sales outreach efforts are going unnoticed by those prospects you've worked hard to capture with content. Discover tips, tools, and tricks to enable your sales team with content in the new year. In fact, research shows that decision makers touch at least, listen to this, and this number has been this number ever since I've been in sales, and that's been since I was like 7 years old. I don't care what book you pick up, it talks about the number of times a person has to be touched in order to close the deal. Research shows that decision makers touch at least 5 pieces of content before they buy. Now, if you're not putting content in front of them via your app, how many of you have a mobile business card? And I know some of you don't, so don't raise your hand. You haven't even got that far yet, and it's 2018, and you've been with us since 2010. 2012. How many of you got a business card? And I'm talking about a mobile business card that you can put this content in, that you can have your SMS texting attached to, that you can have your MailChimp attached to, so that you can put that contact information in there. And you can attach those articles into that mobile business card so that every time you send it out, they're receiving that business card with those articles in it attached, and they can open up your blog right there on your page because it's responsive, or just go in and put the blog right into a page. Copy and paste it right into a page and send it to them. You have to stay in touch. Have something going to them 5 times. 5 times. Now, you don't want to send them all 5 at the same time. Do it over a month's period or a couple of months period. Don't burn them out, because then you're going to tick them off. Okay. Bitly's and HubSpot's marketing teams both put significant effort into sales enablement, which is why they teamed up to generate a resource on this subject: 30 ways sales can leverage content marketing to close deals. Look, there's a full-length ebook that's free content. Free content in this article that our good friend and buddy Mike Cahill posted 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now. Okay. The information is out there. You got to go for it. You got to read. I love reading. I'm a 7-minute reader. Now, if this was 30 minutes long, it took me a week to read it because I read 7 minutes at a time. Okay. Use content to land the first sales conversation. You get one shot. One shot. And trust me, I have blown more one shots than anybody out there. I have shot myself in the head more times and knew I did it when I walked out, when I didn't either close the deal or set the appointment. I was like, why in the world did you say that? Why did you not get any information? Why didn't you go in and do what you always do and start a conversation and get to know the person and build rapport, and then instead of walking in with guns a-blazing and say, hey, this is what I got? You know what? They could care less. You only get one shot at a first impression, and content can help you say more in a short window of time. Whether you're the one landing the first sales call or helping a rep land it, leveraging personalized content can help start that important conversation. For example, mobile application No Wait used personalized content as the foundation of their product launch. No Wait's product allows diners to remotely add their names to a restaurant's wait list. Since the company wanted to target the CEOs of restaurant chains, they segmented out the top 30 to target with highly customized content. Now, this is an expensive way to do it, but if you've got the money, what a heck of a way to do it. The company loaded up personalized videos on iPads and sent them to the CEOs in customized packaging. To date, the app is used in more than half of the companies they targeted. Now, I can promise you, this is a high-end product. But I want you to think of this for a moment. For a $100 bill, you can get a very nice, customized. I just dropped my glasses on the floor and I see people typing. I can't read a thing you did and I can't see my glasses. Get a very nice video, an intro video. I just found it. An intro video, okay, about your company. Get it created and do this. You can use, there's a ton of free programs out there that you can do video with. Put an intro on that video. Hey, William, this is Kerry. I just wanted to introduce you to our company. And put that on the beginning and at the end. Hey, William, I want to thank you for taking time. Just give us a call at this number, 903-366-5555. I almost put my phone number out on the internet again. Okay, and give them your phone number and make sure it's on the page that the video's on. And you don't have to send out iPads with preloaded videos. You can send them a simple link in an email and says, hey, take a look at this video. Just wanted to share our company with you. Okay, and do those things. Put them on that app. Give them your app. Go in into the secretary. Say, hey, could you do me a favor? I did a custom video for William. Could you make sure he gets that? Sure. How do I see it? Let me send it over to you in this link. And if you would, just text it over to him. That way he gets it. Don't leave no stone unturned. Reach out to those folks. And there's no better way to do it than video. I've preached video for years. Okay. Video is Woodrow's, that he is so big on video. He's written courses on video. And you know, I never really used video. Never really. I've got videos on YouTube, and but I really, in the last 6 months, started focusing on videos. About 30% of my business is coming from videos right now. Appointments are being set from videos right now. You've got to start doing videos. Build you a nice YouTube channel, just like the AppWizard Studio YouTube channel. Build you a nice YouTube channel so you can house those videos that you sent to Mr. Smith. Now, this is what's going to happen. People are going to start seeing those videos on that page. Hey, this guy sent a video to William Bracey over at William and William Attorney Firm. Hey, this guy's a powerhouse. And now you're starting to SEO that stuff, and it's got William and William Attorney Firm in the description there. You know, what you're about. Write some good description. Put it in the title. Make sure you got it down in the keywords in the bottom. And now when somebody goes out and Googles William and William, guess what they're going to see? They're going to see the video that you sent Mr. Attorney William Bracey. They're going to say, man, we could use this technology right here. Let's get a hold of this guy. Always make sure that your phone number is in every single video, or at least a link to that website I was talking to you about a while ago, okay, where people can go and set appointments using a free program like Calendly. You have got to stay in front of these people, and video is a great way to do it. Text marketing is a great way to do it. Email marketing is a great way to do it. The company loaded up personalized videos on iPads and sent them to the CEOs. To date, the app is used more than half of the companies they targeted. Here are some other ideas you can try out using content to land that first sales call. Build custom landing pages that populate the prospect's name, company logo, and value props catered at their business needs. Now, you know what? And every one of you are going to say, well, Kerry, I've heard you say this 1,000 times. I'm fixing to eat my words. I'm fixing to eat my words. Okay? Pick your 20 companies and sit down into 20 apps and send them out to those people. They need a website for you to do that so that you can get their logo. That's going to take some work. Okay, that's going to take some work. Now, I can tell you I'm not going to do that because I'm just hard-headed like that. But if you're trying to get your business started and you don't have the referrals coming in and you're not doing those things yet that have built your company, then go ahead and build 20 apps. Built an app for a girl that owns a beauty salon for Christmas. Struggling beautician. She just opened her shop. Sales rep called me and said, hey, Kerry, said, man, this girl's struggling. Said, do you think you'd build her an app for Christmas? I said, sure. It caught me on a good day. I said, sure, I'll build it for her. Did you know I've built 7 apps from giving away that free app? 7 apps that I would have never got because she called me on the phone and she was so thankful that we would do that for her. I mean, just elated that we would do that for her. Okay. The appointment app program is called Calendly. If Kenny, if you could type that in, please, Calendly.com, Calendly, I think. Calendly.com is what I use. And you can, that also will work in the app. That will also work in your app program. And it's free. Host a live workshop that walks through industry best practices and helps troubleshooting common issues. I want everybody to listen to what I'm fixing to say. And I know not everybody can do this. Not everybody can get on a microphone and talk like this. You've got to learn. The great thing about this is you can't see me. I can't see you. I'm sitting right here in blue jeans and a t-shirt in a nice, comfortable 72-degree office. Okay. Get on Zoom and start doing these live workshops. In the last week, I've done 7 free workshops to teach people about your products and the things that you do. It will change your business. Now, I've done webinars now for going on 6 years. Okay. And Zoom is the greatest platform that we ever come across. The best day of my life in this industry is when Woodrow called and said, hey, try this out and see what you think. And that's when we first started using Zoom. And it's really launched big. I mean, really grown since I first did it. Matter of fact, they're getting ready to do evergreen systems with Zoom, which is going to be awesome. Okay. But you have to be able to share information with people in bulk. You may have 10 people on, you may have 30 people on. But what you want to do is you want to send out invitations. Now, I use Facebook and I use MailChimp on people that I collect off of Facebook to email them and say, hey, I'm having a training, you know, and it can be anywhere from 10 people to 55 or 60 people because they're coming to a free training to obtain information. And this is what I've started doing, and it works really well. I don't sell anything on my trainings. I don't sell a thing on my trainings, but I invite them to another training where I'm going to share with them programs that might help their business that what happens, they're going to pay me money for. So start doing that. Start doing something small. Have one a month. Figure it out. Work with it, okay? And use Zoom. Zoom is free. So with Zoom, you're going to be able to get about 30 minutes in, maybe 20 minutes in, and there's nothing wrong with a 20-minute meeting, all right? But host those live workshops. You don't have to do it in a hotel and spend money. And that's zoom.us, zoom.us. Read up on the latest blog post from your target company's blogs. Go in and study information. This is HubSpot, okay? I would have not seen this article unless it was posted. And I know that Michael posts great articles, and that's why I read it. And that's why I'm using it to train on tonight, because it's great stuff. This is their blog post. All right. This is their blog post. Every business has a good blog post. If they don't, you can teach them how to set one up and charge them for that. Read up on the latest blog post from your target company's blogs. Follow up on a recent content piece with additional tips and tricks they can leverage. They're telling you what to send them. They are telling you in the things you read what they need by telling you who they are. Don't read the lines themselves, but read in between to see where you can fit in those companies. Does everybody follow me? I mean, this is the quietest I've ever seen. You guys are either sleeping or you're like indulged and ingrained in what I'm talking about. Does everybody follow me what I'm saying here? Does everybody see where I'm coming from? Yes, yes. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I want to make sure you guys must be really focused in here. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. You know, but read those blog posts. Read. I love you, Eric. Read those blog posts. Read those blog posts. Here's an example of a personalized email HubSpot recently sent to some of the contacts database to engage them with our content. We've missed you. Now, how many of you read your email on your phone? How many of you read your email on your phone? Just about everybody here. On the mobile phones, the great thing about the mobile phone, that was weird. Does everybody still see my screen? Because I just saw it blink out. On the mobile phone, when you put an image in the email, it automatically shows. They don't have to download it or anything. It's already there. The majority of people are going to read their emails on their phone. Some will read them on a computer, and on a computer, you have to actually physically download the image, and they do that because of viruses and things. But phones are totally different. It opens the image right in the phone in the mail. So make sure you put a nice image up there at the top. I always put my logo. My logo is in every single email that I send out. Matter of fact, I think one of you guys messaged me last week and said, hey, really nice logo, because they saw it in my email. It says, we missed you, Tova, whoever Tova is. It's been a while since you last opened an email from us. Yes, we noticed these things. And yes, we just want to know if it's something we did. Now, how do they know that somebody opened their email? How would they know that somebody physically opened their email? Does anybody know how that works? If you use a program like MailChimp, AWeber, GetResponse, they track everything about that email. And it tells you the percentage that opened it. You can go in and see the people that opened it and the people that didn't. So they went in and said, hey, let's segment these emails out. And the people that's not opening our emails, let's say, hey, what's going on here? We missed you. Put that in the headline. Put that in the subject line. Hey, we've missed you. What's people going to think? Hey, what's this about? We don't want our email relationship to continue like this. Please choose one of the options below to show us what sweet content topics you are hoping to learn more about in the near future. See, they're asking, what content should I be focusing on to get your business? So put a poll in that email. You can do that with MailChimp. You can do that with AWeber, and you can do that with GetResponse. Put a poll in those emails and say, hey, what are you most interested in? Click here. And they're going to tell you what content to sell them. Now, listen what I'm saying. You don't have to spend, and some of you will, and this is why I'm saying this, you don't have to spend 20 hours analyzing this to death and trying to figure out, is my English absolutely perfect? Did I say the right thing? Copy and paste a couple of articles and move on. This should take you approximately 30 minutes in the morning while you're drinking your coffee and you got your laptop sitting on the table because you're getting ready to go out and make some sales. Don't let this consume you, but you got to do it. Use content to get past the no. And I love this. This is what really attracted me to this article. If a prospect isn't receptive to initial conversations about your product, it isn't game over just yet. And I want to go back all the way to the beginning of the training to the guy I told you owns another business and he hates that business, blah, 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 blah. We were talking about one of his particular customers today, and the customer was very rude to him. And he pretty much shut it down and walked out the door. And he made this comment, you know, Kerry, if most people would have walked in and had that happen to them, it would have shut them down for the rest of the day. It happens to me. I get my feelings hurt. I get my pride hurt, you know, and if I have a bad one sometimes, it's hard for me to get back on the horse that day. But don't let that stop you from staying in contact with that person. If a prospect isn't receptive to initial conversations about your product, it isn't game over just yet. There are still ways to continue the conversation. Leveraging content also doesn't mean just leverage your own content. In those situations, you can turn the tables and talk to the prospect about their content instead. The most enticing sales emails are those that follow up on a personalized action. For example, consider a sales rep who had emailed you a few times, but you never got around to replying to them. After a few emails that went without a response, imagine that they followed up by citing a piece you had written for your brand. For example, I saw that you recently published a piece on the Bitly blog about your tracking the ROI of influencer marketing. Is this something your marketing team is interested in exploring and learning more about? This is a real example of an email sent to Bitly's own senior content and community manager, Denise Chan. The sales rep then went on to suggest a follow-up call to discuss some strategies we were currently trying, as well as suggestions on how to improve on our tactics. Follow-up calls, okay? Is today at 3 or tomorrow at 4 better for you? That's called an alternative close, all right? Now you're really going back to your sales. Is today at 3 or tomorrow at 4 better for you for us to get together? You have to continually be closing to set that appointment. Content is a valuable tool for nurturing prospects when they're not quite ready to purchase or aren't fully convinced yet. And I can tell you, most of them aren't fully convinced yet. They don't have a clue what you're talking about. Use content to build relationships with the customers. I talk about this all the time. Building rapport with a client is the most important thing you can do above all else, even if you do not show your product at that moment. You've got to build relationships with your clients. The average business loses around 20% of its customers each year by failing to attend to customer relationships. And it costs 5 times more to acquire a new customer than to keep an existing one. Make sure you're not forgetting upsells and additional sales in your sales engagement process. We teach that at AppWizard Studio. You've got to go back and not be afraid to upsell. But you know why most people don't go back and upsell? Because their relationship building stinks and their customer service is in the toilet and they never follow up with their customers to begin with. And it's been 2 years since you talked to somebody, and now you're embarrassed to go back and talk to them because you realize, gosh, I never built any rapport for this customer, so he's probably not going to buy anything from me. You have got to stay in front of that person. You've got to stop by and say, hello, thank you for purchasing. Thank you for being my customer. At Christmas time, you need to walk by. You can get those chocolate cherries, and some people like them, some people don't. If they don't like them, they're going to give them to somebody else for $1 a box at Walmart. This Walmart in my hometown had millions of them all over the place. Go by and buy some of those chocolate covered cherries and pass those suckers out to every customer you know. Put a bow on it and wish them a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, or whatever you say, and make sure they know that you're thinking about them. Send them a Christmas card. Did you know everybody opens Christmas cards? Send them a Christmas card with a note over in the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, of course, you're saying, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever. And on the left-hand side, you can write a personal note. Hey, Jacques, I really want to thank you for your business this year. You mean more to me than you ever thought you did because of the customer you have become. Thanks again, Jacques. Make it personal. Reach out and touch their heartstrings, that they are one of the most important people you have ever talked to. Okay? Nurture customer relationships by sending content regularly throughout different stages of the customer lifecycle, or try inviting prospects and customers to create content on your product with you. What is that called? That is called a testimonial. Okay? Let them help you write the articles for you, giving a good testimonial to place in your article. Lay's Do Us a Flavor contest is a really fun example of how crowdsourcing can both nurture relationships and improve your product. Do Us a Flavor was a year-long social media campaign which invited customers to help choose the next flavor of chip the company would create. I loved these kettle chips. Crowdsourced contests make customers more engaged and invested because they feel like they're being heard and they played a hand in creating the product. Listen, guys, ladies, gentlemen, everybody wants to be a part of something. No matter who you are, everybody wants to be a part of something. The Do Us a Flavor contest drove over 14.4 million public submissions. Lay's brand ad awareness increased by 2%, and purchase intent increased by 1%. Can you imagine as many bags of Lay's potato chips that are sent out, that their ad awareness increased by 2% and their product purchase was 1%? That was billions of dollars in potato chips. Turn your customers into evangelists. Go further with your marketing by turning customers into brand advocates. They're not going to be your brand advocate if they don't have your product in their hand, if they don't have your business card on their phone, if your logo is not a part of their daily routine, if they do not have the ability to text you and talk to you via Facebook Messenger and through WhatsApp and through text messaging, they have to be a part of your brand. Then use those brand advocates to help your sales team close additional deals through case studies and referrals. The most important thing you can do. Look, Kenny hey, could you give me 2 seconds? Kenny is a great customer of mine down here at whatchamacallit store. He's asking me what time I'm going to be there. Can I text him back real quick and let him know I'm going to be a few minutes late because I'm down here with you? How powerful is that? How powerful is that? You just told him that his competition is using your product, and you complimented him what a great customer he is, and you're showing respect that, hey, let me just let him know real quick that I'm going to be late because I'm down here showing you this amazing product. Referrals and case studies being not always exactly what happened, but sharing a story about someone else. That's a case study based on his business, what his business has done. Now you can go right in. Yeah, let me tell you a little bit what we did for Jack. Okay. Let me tell you what we did for Dennis. See what I'm saying? So you're building a case study right there in front of him. For example, ClassPass often runs a referrals deals that include benefits for both new and current customers. Refer a friend, and you each get $50. Now, you know how you get $50 away? You're getting fair market value for your product, and you're not undervalued, and you're giving out something that's great, and the value of your product is right where it needs to be, and you have the money to be able to do that. That $50 is the best referral that you'll ever spend. The best advertising you will ever spend. $50. Think about brands you're loyal to. What makes you so passionate about them? The product that you'd want to take that extra step to tweet about them on a forward a piece of content you received in your inbox. Chances are it's because you trust the brand, you feel valued, or you have an emotional connection with the product. How many of you share stories on Facebook? Share other people's stuff on Facebook? How many of you do that? How many of you have shared a webinar that you liked on Facebook, or you follow Brian Tracy or people? Absolutely, you have. I'm going to tell you a little tip, and I'm very good. This is one thing I'm very good at. I get a lot of views on my stuff, and I do some stupid stuff. How many of you saw me on the front porch using little face pictures off of YouTube Live? I don't know what they call those, but I had a helmet on. I was lifting weights. I had sweat pouring off of me, and it was all a cartoon. I do goofy stuff like that all the time. And you know what? It gets a lot of views, and then people start sharing what I said, and it's always about my business. I'm always talking about my business. I'm not talking about, Fox News or anything else. Every now and then I'll get a little political out there and throw my opinion out there, a little opinion piece, but not very often. And I always make sure that they're able to contact me. Hey, shoot me a message in Messenger if you do this. I walked around my hometown. Guys, this has been a few months ago. And I was doing an expose, if you will, on my hometown on the stores that have closed. And one of them happened to be, and many of you may remember this story, of a yogurt shop that was literally open. Maybe, and I'm sure many of you saw it, and I appreciate you watching it. But there was a yogurt shop that was downtown, and I walked in and I tried to tell the guy that he was the only yogurt shop in town, and that he needed to do some Facebook marketing and some SMS marketing and do some things, or he would not make it in that town. I've lived here for 30 years. I know every single human being in this town, and people do not just go downtown, okay? Because they know everything's moved out. Well, his response was, I don't need that. I'm the only yogurt place in town. And he said, nobody has any place else to go. I said, but they're never going to know you are here. Listen to me, hardhead. But I don't know, but in that video, when I scanned the old yogurt shop, all the stuff is still in there, but they lasted literally 3 weeks. Didn't sell a yogurt cone to anybody because nobody knew they were there. Do not be afraid to tell people, listen, you've got a choice, Mr. Yogurt Man. You're either going to get on board so we can help you drive traffic downtown, or you're going to shut the doors. How many of you heard me talk about we had a brand new taco place that opened up? I went down there. That had been opened up a couple of days, walked in. The food wasn't really that good, but I wanted to sell him some marketing. So I talked to the guy. I said, hey, let's do some marketing for you. I said, let's put a kiosk on your table. Let's start bringing people in so that you can market back. This guy's right across the street from the college, and it's cheap tacos and stuff like that. I don't need that stuff. Dude, there's 5 other Mexican restaurants in my hometown. You do need it, or people are not going to come here. No, I've got a Facebook guy. What's he going to do for you? He said he's going to make me a Facebook page. What kind of marketing are you going to do? I don't know. He didn't talk about that. I said, then you don't have a Facebook guy. And he told me 3 times I don't need that. And I ate my burrito and I walked out. You want me to tell you where that business is today? With a close sign on the door. And it's not because Kerry Miller could have kept him open. He was hard-headed and he didn't listen. That's happening to businesses every day that's not using the power of marketing. That's not using the power of Facebook. That's not using the power of the mobile apps and the loyalty rewards cards and the birthday programs and the come back and see us programs. All those programs are tools that you have to be getting out there every single day. Okay? Every single day. I don't know if you guys can see what Eric just wrote, but let me read this because this is a beautiful statement. Too many businesses think just because they build it, people will come. Ego and stupidity. You are exactly right, my friend. You have to break through that. Now, let me show you how you break through that because that's what we're talking about tonight. I didn't stay in contact with that guy because my ego got to me and I thought, you jackass, you know, I hope things don't go good for you. And I shouldn't have thought that way. But he was so rude to me and so pious that I thought, to heck with you, you know? And sure enough, exactly what I stood there and told him was going to happen happened. The same thing I told the guy downtown. Now, I did go back in his store because I like yogurt. Okay. I was a customer, one of probably 6. So, but you've got to nurture your relationships. Okay. And you've got to treat those customers and you've got to use certain things to help stay in touch with them. Create a referral program that offers an incentive to customers who share your product by word of mouth. Roger Pineda, out in Phoenix, Arizona, is absolutely the best at this. He's got the best referral network at 890-something apps now that I've ever seen ever in the world. They call him on the phone and say, hey, you need to go by and see such and such. He wants one of these business cards. He's got 800 salesmen for him in Phoenix, Arizona. He just had the best year he's ever had this past year. Open a forum, Slack group, or regular Twitter chat that gives your customers a sense of community. People want to feel like they are a part of something. Open up your Facebook page. Make sure they know you got it when you go out there. How many of you could just about recite what I say about our Facebook page on every single Wednesday before we start? And that's always the first thing I start with. That's because hundreds and hundreds of people see our trainings. And I want them to know that we are a sense of community and people can come see us. Show your sales team what you've got. Sales digest. Since sales reps spend most of their days in meetings or in our own calls, they don't have much time to search for the most recent content marketing is put together. Bring the content to the reps right into their inboxes. Repurpose the content from your marketing newsletter into a monthly or weekly sales digest. You can also include general industry content from other publications or companies for a different perspective. You don't have to write everything, okay? Hi there, welcome to our sales digest. We know you're busy and you get a ton of emails, so we're decided to condense all the latest sales news into one digest for you. Hope you find it helpful. Bam, 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 digital conference, growth conference, register here. Very short, precise, and to the point. Of course, they can click and they can get more information. Round up the top performing posts and include key takeaways and talking points to use in a conversation. Target audience that would be interested in the piece. A features of products mentioned in the content piece. Video. I don't know how much more this thing has, but we're probably gonna. It's just about done. We're gonna go over about 10 more minutes if it's all right. Video can say 1,000 words. This goes back to what I talked about earlier. Go spend $100 or $200 and get a good video made. In a recent survey, 43% of people reported that they want to see more video content from marketers. 43%. And more than half of marketing professionals worldwide cite video as the type of content that drives the highest ROI for them, return on investment. Video can be a powerful piece of supporting material at any stage of the sales conversation. If you're spending that first email Include a short 30-second video that explains what your product does and why you need to hop on a call to chat more. Excuse me. If you've just wrapped up on that first call, follow up with some video case studies and testimonials to keep your prospect excited about the product. You can also encourage different members of your product and customer success teams to live stream on Facebook and Twitter. How many of you know Ferris Flournoy? He has a show called Ask Ferris. Great show. I watch it all the time. He invites businesses in all the time. Now, Ferris is constantly marketing his products, okay? And he invites people in to be on his show. And it's business people and entrepreneurs. Great way to sell his product. You can also encourage different members of your product and customer success teams to live stream on Facebook and Twitter. Research shows that visual content make information stick. Win a permanent place in your prospects' minds and hearts by weaving video content into your communication plan. Don't forget personalization. Use a tool like Vidyard to personalize your video messages for your prospects like HubSpot did in this example, okay? And I don't know what Vidyard is, but I recommend that you go check it out. I'm sure it's a cost product, but you don't have to use cost products to get this done. Automate rep follows through. A recent study found that companies who reach out to leads within an hour of first contact are 7 times more likely to have meaningful conversation with decision makers than those who waited even 60 minutes. Immediately, when you're done and you go sit in your car, you have the most powerful tool in your entire toolbox in your hand. It's called a smartphone. Pick up that smartphone and send them a thank you email and or a thank you text and or both for taking time out of their busy schedule for seeing you today. And you look forward to seeing them again in the very near future to continue talking about their marketing plan. Thanks, Eric. And do it every single time. Don't wait till you get home tonight. Stop what you're doing. You're sitting in your car. It's either hot or cold outside. You either need to cool down a minute while your air conditioner is cooling down, and or you need to warm the car up. You need to make sure you take time that you do that. You have to do that, okay? You have to. Here are some examples to get you started. Send prospects a follow-up email with a short video demo right after they fill out a demo request. This keeps them engaged while they wait for a sales rep to reach out and schedule a meeting. If somebody sends you or signs up for something, okay, and they're going to get a response, whether it be a text or whether it be an email, you need to have the same video that is responding back in both scenarios. SMS, our system allows you to send a response back when they sign up. Make sure that you do what? There is a video link in that text message. Make sure there is a video link attached to that email. A persona-based email drip for sales reps to send after their first conversation. Tailor the content depending on whether the recipient is a contributor or a decision maker. Okay? Maybe it's just somebody that's going to help you get in the door. All right? Ready to do more with content? We covered 7 ways you can help your sales team leverage content to close deals. But do you want more where that came from? Don't worry. Bitly and HubSpot put together 23 more tips for you to use in your own sales and marketing strategy in this guide, 30 ways sales can leverage content to close deals. Now, I can promise you there's probably some sales stuff in here that they're trying to sell you something, but I highly recommend that anything that's free, download it, put it in a file, read it, and always go back to it again. Any questions on building your business in 2018 using content? First and foremost, I want to thank Michael Cahill for posting this information in the Facebook group. It is great, great content. Kenny Dutton shared the 5-minute marketing makeover. This is a great, I literally got this like at 2 o'clock in the morning on my phone, in my email. I heard it go off and I rolled over and I checked it. It was called the 5-minute marketing makeover.com. Okay. I have nothing to do with it. Don't know the guy. I think his last name is Miller. But I don't have anything to do with him. Don't know the guy. Didn't buy what he's selling. But I'm telling you, the 3 videos in this training will change your website forever. Forever. I've been using this method. I call it the Frank Kern method. I love Frank Kern, and I follow Frank Kern, and that's what I did. So the 5-minute marketing makeover, Kenny Dutton posted it there. If you would, Kenny, post it in the group also, if you would, please. Any questions at all? At all? Hey, BK, good to see you, brother. I'll be talking to you, I think, at 2 tomorrow. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Was the information you saw tonight, was it helpful to you and helpful to help you build your business in 2018? And how many of you were doing these things, and how many of you know that you need to start doing these things? Yes, yes, I need to start. I need to start. Absolutely. Yes, thank you too. I love you guys, man. You guys are my family. That was great. I need to apply some of them for sure. Absolutely. This article is posted in, yeah, need a restart. Well, you know what, Jacques? We all need a restart, buddy. I need a restart every now and then. I call some of you guys to get a restart. You know, we're all in the same place. We're all in the same place. All right. Well, I hope this is helpful. We're going to continue once a month doing trainings like this, taking articles, breaking them down with the tools that we can use. I read up just about everything Mike posts, and we'll pull articles out. We're going to continue to stay in the platform. We're going to continue to train on that, of course. We're working on some things right now that I think you'll be happy with. Talked to Mark yesterday on something he's going to put in the platform that's going to be very helpful. I don't want to break it out right now because I don't know how long it's going to take him to do it, but it's pretty time intensive. But it's going to be very powerful what he's going to do, and I think you're really going to like it. But with that said, thanks for hanging around. Hour and 15 minutes, not bad. We took a 7-minute article and took it into hour and 15 minutes. How does that happen? But everybody have a great night, and we will see you next. We're not off again until July 4th, I think. And I don't even think we're off then because I think it falls on an off day. So have a great evening. God bless. And we will see you next Wednesday night. And some of you I will see, I'm sure, on Messenger. Thank you, Jacques. Have a good night, buddy. God bless you too, buddy.